Hello and welcome back to King's Aquariums. In the ant zone, we are going to show you today how to do a setup for a queen ant. So if you were to try and catch a queen ant. And the most basic way to do this is to get a test tube and do a test tube setup, which is most widely used way of doing this and keeping queen ants just on their own. It's just normal test tube. This is the one what the colony of ants came in yesterday. What we brought online. We don't have any empty ones at the minute to show you with. And basically, you just get the test tube. You put a bit of water in the end. Just fill up to a certain way. Maximum would probably be about halfway. And then you get a cotton wool ball and just stuff it in and push it right down in until you can tell that it's all wet right up to the surface, but there's no water actually coming up past it into this piece, into the main bit. And then you're free to just catch a queen ant and just get her in there. The easiest way would probably be with like a little paintbrush and just brush her in into there, and then you just block the end up with another piece of cotton wool that's obviously dry, and then she can't escape. And that also allows air to come through. If you don't put too much in, then there could be some airflow through it, because obviously with all the fibres and that's quite loose in cotton wool. And then that's all she needs. She doesn't need food because she'll eat her wings once she's mated, and that will give her the protein stores to last her through until she has her first worker ants, which is she'll eat her in the wild. She'll eat her wings, dig a tunnel, and block the tunnel up with some dirt, and she'll stay in there. She'll then lay her eggs. Once they turn into larvae, she'll feed them on all the protein and fat stores in her body left over from eating her wings. And then they'll turn into larvae. They'll spin a cocoon and turn into pupae. And then once they've been in that state for a while, they'll then emerge from the pupae as worker ants, and then the workers are then what will go and forage for food and hunt in the wild for their to feed the queen, and so she can make eggs for her next generation of ants. And obviously that will then she'll be able to feed the larvae. Once they then progress into larvae, she'll be able to feed them with the food the ants have foraged. And but once you get your first lot of workers, you can buy Outworlds online, which is just like this. And there's some ants in there, so I don't really want to open the lid, but the lid just lifts off and you can feed them, and the test tube just connects onto the end. And that's the easiest way, basically. And they can just live in their test tube as a small colony anyway until they get to about, I don't know, I'd probably move them out at around 30 ants, if not a bit more. And then or the other option, which I've done up here because I didn't have any spare test tubes at the time, is just get a tub. You want to keep it small, because in the wild she'd just be in a small little tunnel until she's obviously got her first worker ants. And otherwise, if it's too big a thing, she might not feel safe. She might not want to lay eggs in it, because it's not, this is the most natural sort of simulation. But if you get the tub, I've put cocoa peat in the bottom so she can tunnel, and she has tunnelled. I can't see her anywhere in there. She has tunnelled in, and hopefully I'll know whether she's got any babies when obviously some workers arrive, but that can take up to about 2 months, because, well, it can take about 3 weeks for them to go from egg to larvae, about 3 weeks from larvae to pupae, and then about 3 weeks from pupae to worker ant. But that varies by ant species. This is just generic sort of time slot. So I don't know when I'll see some baby ants in here, worker ants even. And hopefully, she's tunnelled in, she's safe, she's happy. This is how she'd be in the wild. But you can just put some damp cotton wool in there, and obviously she'll be able to drink off it and stuff. You don't actually have to put cocoa peat or anything in the bottom. And then I've got a big hole cut in and some cotton wool in the top, which is a bit like how you close up a test tube, because well, you could get like a 0.5mm drill bit and just drill some hot air holes in. She wouldn't be able to get out of them, they're nice and small. But I didn't have that. I have one of them, so this is just the easiest way for me to do it. I've covered the outside in black paper and I've got a bit to go over the top, and that just makes it feel safe. They like the dark, and it should be in the dark, obviously, anyway, in the wild. Ants can't see light in the red spectrum, so to make this more natural, you could get some red acetate sheets and wrap it around the test tube, so you used to be able to see in and see what's happening. But to her, she'd be in the dark because the light, she can't see in the red zone. So obviously the light would go through the red acetate in there and you'd be able to see. But to her, she'd still be in the dark, happy in the dark, and she wouldn't be any different because obviously she can't see the light in that spectrum of colour. So that's another cool way to do it. You'll keep her like warm but not hot, and so she'll lay it to try and persuade her to lay eggs. But sometimes that can take weeks before you'll see her lay any eggs, you know, so you just got to be patient and keep waiting. And all this time you just don't need to feed her, she's fine. You can drop a bit of honey water in the test tube if you want, like just like a little drop, but not too much. You don't want her to like get stuck in it, or to you put too much in and then she's drown in it or anything, you know. You've got to, but all she needs is just the water, that cotton ball, and she'll drink off that cotton ball. She'll probably stay pretty much on that cotton ball piece anyway. So yeah, and obviously that's the 2 easy ways of keeping a queen ant if you catch them. If you want any video on how to set up like a normal formicarium or like a tank setup like I've done there, there's no ants in there yet because I haven't finished it, but then just comment below and I'll do that as well. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.